So I would like to say a few words about um, importance of economic news, because at some point I was reading different books and I was a believer in technical analysis and all that. I did read about economical fundamentals and all that, but it was not very clear. But later, after many years, I actually found about the importance of different news and decisions the trader can make based on news. So like, let's see, like for instance, this one is common, especially this news, and this one is not based on any levels. You cannot really kind of believe in different support, resistance or price levels if there is economic event which pretty much takes a certain leading, I would say, overriding everything. So like this one, for instance, today is 7/26 Friday, and then well, this platform that I use, they do have videos too. They have different bunch of videos, and they have you need to kind of search for what you need, and I found this one, US week ahead. Okay, so like if I watch this one.
Welcome to your week ahead. I am Leah Duncan. Trade talks between the United States and China resume, and hundreds of companies report earnings, including pharmaceutical and oil giants. But we focus on one tech company's earnings and two big economic events. Business for an update on the labor market. The July jobs report comes out on Friday. Forecasters predict non-farm payrolls rose by 160.
Okay, now this one, you see, previous, this important event. Okay, you can, even if you don't keep checking the economic calendar, that's kind of like news telling you about the future, you know, important event. So basically, estimate now they expect less. So your trading decision, you can already kind of make in your head. Yeah, numbers can be different, but that estimate is made by certain professional people. And unemployment rate says like less, but you know, those numbers, real numbers, can be different, but still you can keep this in mind.
65,000, and that would be below June's strong growth when government payrolls surged. The unemployment rate is seen edging down to 3.6%. The report will help shape the Fed's thinking about the health of the economy at the start of the third quarter. Before that, the Fed is expected to cut interest rates for the first time in more than a decade. The central bank's two-day meeting wraps up Wednesday afternoon when policymakers release their decision and Chair Jay Powell hosts a news conference.
So this news is telling you about that Federal Reserve will cut the rate. Normally, cutting the rate would change, it can change the trend, it can change completely, like high, lows, everything. So just because of 100% technical analysis, it will not work. From this point might don't work, because now you have new numbers and you have new basically economics. So listen further.
The CME FedWatch tool sees a rate reduction as a certainty, with an 81% chance of a quarter point move and a 19% chance of a half point move. And that is your week ahead, and you can watch more videos online at Reuters.com. I'm Leah Duncan, and this is Reuters.
So now what they have basically, if they will cut the rate, basically stocks will go up, but the dollar will go down. So pretty much expected, if interest rate is cut, the dollar will go down. Anytime interest rate cut, make the dollar go down. And but certain areas like stocks should go up. Now they're talking about like it was like the last rate cut was like 10 years ago or something. So that's what my point is. Just because it was 10 years ago, now from this point, because interest rate is different, economics are different. So now you have certain other trends and high lows and everything. So I would say the best way is just to look at the news and where it's moving to, and you know, breaking prices or you know, just changing direction. I honestly believe as soon as they cut the rate, I would trade against Swiss franc probably, and maybe euro, maybe NSD, Australian dollar, maybe Canadian dollar. So so I'm gonna save this, and next week I will place few trades and I will try to record and see how it is. But what I'm finding, this one, this company, Reuters, they only have like, a lot of it is like CNBC or whatever, different, or European TV station. So basically right now they talk about different rate cuts, okay? Now a lot of that information maybe not belonging to what you're looking for, but you can always check, like beside foreign exchange, like this is foreign exchange right now. If I switch to foreign exchange, they have a lot.
We begin with breaking news out of Washington just moments ago. President Trump talking everything from tariffs to Apple to the dollar.
They say it's under foreign exchange, but they're talking about some kind of things, maybe like, I don't really care about Apple for foreign exchange, and you know, some things you might like, this Nasdaq, I don't really care about this, so I might check like some other things, like what is Forex exchange. Basically it's a lot of economists and financial, those minds and brains, and they're trying to make decisions beneficial for them, and even if somebody has one condition, in some senses bad for them or good for them. So they don't really make some kind of decision based on technicals. They do put that with fundamentals, and like for instance, it was recently a problem, Chinese or like Korean or something there. So that sense, Japan was involved, and I was looking strange. The Japanese yen went down. Basically, American dollar went up. So anytime there is like certain kind of problem in the market, or just in life in general, big problem, most likely currency of that country will drop, because there is no investment decision made if some kind of problem. So that's what I want to say, but later I will record my trading. I want to say I would take euro, Swiss franc, NSD, Australian dollar, and I would consider Canadian dollar. Just a little bit, just to see how it's gonna go. But I think that event would change a lot. The direction and the support, resistance, and everything. Levels, whatever you might call. Actually, I found one more video. Basically, this one, I don't know, JP Morgan, something here, I don't know who is doing it, but so basically my advice,
they've already kind of signaled
just
what
do
they're
your
looking at,
research.
which is mainly global developments, and I think they boxed themselves into moving. I think going forward, I think it's really neither consumer nor manufacturing. I think it's really the labor market, and the labor market has been surprisingly strong lately, or hasn't lost any steam in spite of the fact that business investment has slowed. I think if the labor market holds in, then I think the Fed will take some comfort in that and not really get too bothered by the softness we're seeing in manufacturing.
I so want to dwell on your comment that they've boxed themselves into moving, because it's fascinating and a little troubling. But before we go down that road, let me ask you about business investment. It was down in the second quarter.
So basically they keep talking about stuff like this. You see a lot of it. Okay, week ahead.
Rate cut expected, earnings overflow, and the employment picture gets updated all in the week ahead. Investors are watching for an interest rate cut from the Federal Reserve on Wednesday. Expectations of the move have helped drive stock prices higher. It's the busiest week of earnings season. Nearly a third of the companies in the S&P 500 are set to report. Big names include Apple, ExxonMobil, Merck, and Verizon.
So basically here and there, that's kind of a good reminder. They're gonna cut rates. I don't really believe 100%. It could be just some of those manipulations. Somebody wanna make stocks higher, and they kind of push it to lower the rate just for their stocks. So it just. But the fact is, if they're gonna cut the rate, the dollar should go down. So I actually, on top of it, I'm gonna buy gold and probably silver. I just wanna try that one. And stocks, I don't have stocks like that. I have few stocks, small ones, for like no leverage kind of stocks. So let's see till next week.